Hello, and welcome to the newest episode of the Drive Home Podcast. I'm your host, and I'm a little bit cold. So let's drive this podcast home. Today I worked a 5-hour shift. It was kind of weird. I don't mind working 5-hour shifts, but I closed on this one, which makes it really weird, I guess, because I don't normally close after working 5 hours. Normally it's 6 or 6.5 or 4. So it made things a bit more interesting. But it's fine. It wasn't a bad day or anything. It was a little annoying towards the middle of it, but I guess more towards the beginning, if I'm being honest, but it felt like it was in the middle of it. Anyway, that's not what I'm here to talk about. So let's do this, since I already did the drive home thing. So tomorrow, the second and final secondary beta test, open beta thing for Monster Hunter Wilds comes out, and I live on the East Coast in the United States, so what that means is I have to wait until 10 at night, which is really sad, because I'm not really going to get much playtime out of that, if I'm being honest. I have work the day after, so Friday, because tomorrow's Thursday, and just generally, it's not a good. I wish it wasn't like that, because I'm trying to get my brother to participate in the beta, but he'll only play when other people are playing, because he hasn't fully gotten into Monster Hunter yet, and he is not like me. He has like a more normal sleep. He likes to go to sleep by 10 if he has work in the morning, which he does have work Friday morning. So we're gonna have to deal with that. But I'm hoping it'll go off without a hitch. I'm excited. I'm honestly really excited. I loved playing the second beta part 1. So I can't wait to play second beta part 2, since it's, I'm assuming, the exact same thing, except I already have save data. I don't know if that'll transfer. I'm fine with restarting. It's not like you really get anything different. I guess my stocks of resources will be restocked. The only downside is re-customizing my character and what do you call it? All the drops I got from the monsters I killed. I got some gems. I got quite a many gems, I believe. And I mean, you can't craft in this version, but I'm assuming there's some kind of transferal mechanism. I'm assuming that. I don't know, but I'm assuming. I know you're going to get a bunch of bonus stuff if you played the beta, but I kind of hope it lets you transfer some of the resources, considering all the work I put into killing all those monsters with level 1 weaponry, I believe. I mean, if not, then why do the dual daggers only deal 1 damage per hit? Even with demon mode and archdemon mode, I'm pretty sure. I mean, there might be a specific hit in any of the many combos you can do that actually does increase damage, more than 1, but I'm only remembering seeing a bunch of 1s. And that was against, like, the basic guy. Like the punchy frog thing. I'm gonna start learning these new names. Oh, that's gonna be fun. Because like I mostly played World, so that's so I know Kulu Yaku and of course the staple Rathalos, the Anjanath, of course, Zora Magdaros. You know, like Puke. You know, I know a bunch of them. Glavenus from the DLC. And I'm sure there are in other Monster Hunter games as well. It's just that I'm saying the ones I know off the top of my head. The Blizzaroth, which is also in the DLC. I don't think I remember how to pronounce this one, but like, it's like the ice. It's the ice one that lives in the Coral Highlands. I believe it's I can't remember what it's called. But there's also the Odogaron, who lives in the Rotten area. And then there's some of the Elder Dragons. So I did say Zora Magdaros, but I believe Nergigante also counts as an Elder Dragon. And on top of that, there's also Kushala Deora, Val Hazak, depending on how you want to say it. I believe there's multiple ways, but Vaal is kind of a weird pronunciation, I assume. And then the Teostra, and then Lunastra, I guess, but I haven't really encountered that one too much. I fought it a handful of times just because I needed to, and it was, but it was never like a main story thing. It's like a post-beating the story, the main part 1 story, you know, the non-DLC story of World, whatever. Long story short, I need to relearn some of these names. I think I've been calling the frog, or I think it's the frog, the Chadacabra or something like that, because I can't really. I mean, for one, right now I can't even look at it, or the name. But like whenever I see the name, that's what when I imagine the name, that's what it goes to. Like Chata, and then it's like another C, maybe CH, I don't know. Chakabra or something, I don't know. That's what I'm just calling it. And and the new electric flying, I forget what there's brutes, there's Piscine, I guess are they all just wyverns? Because then they're the actual Elder Dragons, I guess. So, but one of the new flying, at least I believe it would count as a flying wyvern type, is the electric one. And that one has a really interesting name, if I'm being honest, so that one I probably won't remember easily. I've only fought like 2 of them as well. Either way, I'm super hyped to be able to play it again. I'm just a little upset that I won't really be able to. But my schedule is pretty free tomorrow, so maybe we'll do something else. Hopefully we'll be able to play during the weekend or on Monday. So for PlayStation users, kind of thank you for the reboot thing, not for your servers having issues, because we all get an extra day on this second one. So, and I mean everybody does. So this second one goes till the end of Monday, I guess, instead of the end of Sunday for my time zone. Like, some people have the day after, so they go to, like, Tuesday, I guess. For them. I don't know. Time is weird. Time zones are weird. But, you know, I don't know. I'm just really excited, honestly. And I mean, I know I say that a lot, especially about this kind of stuff. I forget if I brought this up before, but I beat Citizen Sleeper 2, like, after 5 days of playing it. Basically non-stop. I mean, obviously, I took breaks because I had life to live. Like, you know, I had a family dinner and I had work and stuff, so... But honestly, it's probably something you could complete within a day if you know what you're doing. I've seen a lot of people say it's harder, and I guess in a sense it's more easy to fail, but... And so I completely obliterated on my first playthrough. I've only played on risky so far. I haven't played on dangerous difficulty yet. So there's that to be said. But if you, long story short, you can break your dice during certain events. If you break all 5, or have all 5 broken at the same time, I should say, and when you break them, if you're on safe difficulty, which is the easiest, of course, the dice in a broken dice slot will be 1. If it's in any of the other difficulties, your broken dice slot doesn't get a dice. And this will persist outside of the times where you can damage your dice. Now, after a certain point in the game, you can repair your dice with specific materials. So dice have 3 HP, I guess. So depending on your stress level, when you end the day, it will either reduce the levels, and I don't know the exact numbers, but I think it has to do with like every 2 stress, it seems, will result in a random dice will be chosen. It will go down by 1. That's what it seems like. I could be wrong. I've chosen the engineer, I believe, for all of my playthroughs, or mechanist, I guess, is what it would be called. One or the other. Either way, the one that focuses on the engineering points. And so long story short, there's now a specific reason to choose them. Each one has a special feature that you can use during the times when your dice can break. So this will help reduce your stress and not give you more stress, because the more stress you have, the worse off you are. Your stress can go up if you're starving and you end the day, or multitudes of other reasons, like negative outcomes and such. So not even neutral outcomes. But anyway, the most important thing for Citizen Sleeper 2 is you want to figure out how to get the best. So I don't know about the other 2, because I haven't paid much attention to those. I haven't gone back to the game since I beat it, because I played it for like 5 days straight, and I kind of wanted a little bit of a break at that point. And I've got other stuff just thrown in my face all the time. So there's that. But, you know, I did want to tell you all about the Mechanist's perk. I'm just going to keep calling it the Mechanist, or the Mechanist, I guess, because that's the only one I can think of by name, and that's the only one whose ability I know. So, the Machinist's perk that you can use during stressful times increases the number on your dice on the lowest valued dice, which is actually very useful because you can't re-roll. Honestly, it's very good. You can only use it once per cycle, though. I think that's how all of them work, but... And so, when you use it, the dice that becomes affected by it is called a focused dice. And so, if the focused dice gets a... I believe if it gets a perfect or a positive outcome, it'll actually reduce your stress. Now, keep in mind, using this does give you one stress, but using your push ability, which is what it's called, does give you one stress. But achieving a positive outcome with your focus die will reduce it by one, airing it at 0. But I don't know how the other classes work, so cannot tell you. I'd have to look into it, but I think I chose the machinist. So I believe I'm 100% sure. I chose the machinist for Citizen Sleeper 1 as well, and that's probably why I chose it again for Citizen Sleeper 2. But its push is really good, honestly. The only downside to choosing any of them is it actually locks you out of leveling up one of your traits. It makes it a -2 to all dice rolls, which is so bad. Like, I mean, you can't even get a perfect. Like, if you put in a perfect dice, which is honestly a waste, you'd get a 4, which could give you a negative. And no focus dice will save you, because focus dice will go down with modifiers, up or down with modifiers as well, so. But you can upgrade your push if you so choose. So you can either increase the added value to the dice, you can increase the added value of the dice. You can... What is it called? You can... and then you can increase the stress taken away by a succeeded focused dice. And then there's a third upgrade, and so these are sort of alternating. And the third upgrade for it, either it will cost you a glitch, which I don't know how that works. So I haven't selected that one. I don't want to give myself a glitched dice. Glitched dice give a 20% chance at a positive outcome and an 80% chance of a negative outcome, no neutral outcome. They can work sometimes, but they're better off not being used. If you can help it. Unless if you have a safe action or an action that doesn't, damage you. Or if you're good with money. Or whatever. You can... if you're good with money in that game, at the moment, you could use it on one that would take away your energy. Maybe you get a positive outcome and you get some money out of it. Either way. I've got home. I think I've talked enough. So, I'm going to go inside before the snowstorm starts. Because it's supposed to, and I don't like that. Anyway, thank you all for listening to this episode of the Drive Home Podcast. If you liked it, leave a like. If you didn't, you don't have to. I hope you enjoyed this one. And stay safe. Buckle up if you're driving, and bundle up if it's going to be cold, and have a great next 24 hours, everybody. Bye.